ngu obutuku bantu baza orunyoro rutoro abantu bengi ababunyoro abatora abankole abarukiga na handi haihi hanga liona Uganda rukirwingi ni batutunga ni batategereza tukubaza bitaro bagenzi bita abandi banyano bita abandi abakorabwa mu gisogo ko kumanya bike tukubaza abatarkwitegereza ururimi runo orunyoro rutoro nicyo obundi nyesanga nyina kuteka mu Rungereza rukeruke nuko sobola abamu nabo kurora tabatunga basokutegereza kikikirwe na maiso nabwe kinibani kwese ndimi ibiri ekyo takuniriza gamhati ogora abana bazorutora bakatabazorutora ngo kwali mutoro rundi warachira ngo bazorungereza bakatabazorongereza tingame ko kwali mungereza nango cyonka ni mungereza bo rulimi nicyo nukorek hauko twagondeze kusigira umuntu ndi wena beitu ni sobora kandi mu maiso ku okucamuka kabazagorongereza obwire bona omukirikyo habukuba nimanya abatoro abanyora abaganda nabantu abanda ku runyoro toro n'Urungereza barumanyire n'Urungereza n'abaruhura kandi habwaki ubu baraba manyiro runyoro toro barwetegereza n'Ongereza n'abarwetegereza endimi zone ibiri hati tuyisenjara bali abatarkumanya runyoro toro kandi ururimi rwonko bakwetegereza hano utukwantwaliza hano undukubaza rwabona n'Urungereza hati nabweki obu kutabule ndimi zenu kitakukora kubi kitakutalwaniza 40 TV nkweri egonza buli muntu wena atongo mugisa go kumanya ibigenda maiso nabweki hano na hali ninja kwa nimbaza ndimi yezo nizitabura nuko tusobole kutunga buli muntu kugendera hamnaita kandi nko kiri nikyecho ajya kutandika n'ururimi rwabagenzi bita abamu batarkodera kurunga runyoro toro kandi twine munsi yona 40 TV by the way ne kwa attention hamkutwan und hamkurahan online a lot of people are online with 40 TV. They are catching up with us, and so we intend not to leave anybody behind, and we want to carry forward with everyone so that we are able to move together. Today is Friday, 19th of January 2024. It's a bright morning here in Fort Portal, and at 40 TV the team is happy doing their work as usual and even making a lot of changes here and there. And I salute you heartily and I welcome you to this show, My Planet with the Superhost Hamilton. And we shall straight away begin with the quotes of the day as well as of the week. Because since I'm not here tomorrow, so I cannot say simply for the day. Because if I say for the day, tomorrow I would have another one. But since I'm not going to be there tomorrow, so I can call it a quote of the week. A quote of the week is coming to challenge us a little bit. We shall look at it. It is saying that you must be the change that you wish to see in the world. You must be the change that you wish to see in the world. You should be the change that you wish to see in the world. In the world, we need many changes and positive changes above all. We need to see everything in our favor, everything in our direction, everything that is motivating us, inspiring us, positive, constructive, useful, delighting us. And all these are changes, and in order for them to happen, you must play a role. You don't simply wish that it happens or it takes place, but you also make a contribution. And you are part of the builders of that positive change that you wish to see. So for that reason, many times we point fingers to other people. Why is this good thing is not happening when somebody is the leader, when somebody is the manager, when somebody is the chief executive officer, producer, or any other person you can mention. But also, and if you didn't know or you forgot, today I'm informing you, I'm reminding you, I'm encouraging you to understand that you have a role to play to cause a change to happen. Not a negative change, of course, but a positive change. So each one of us has got a role to play to make a contribution to achieve a positive change. This is the challenge I'm putting to us today, Friday, the 19th of January 2024, that if we want to see any positive change in our home, in our community, in our district or city, country, continent, and the globe, the entire globe, we must make a contribution as well. We must support that change. You may not physically make a contribution that you can see you are doing this, you are putting on this, but by wishing, by supporting, by encouraging and inspiring, you are contributing to that positive change you want to see in the world. So you must be the change that you wish to see in the world. Okay, so I will not talk so much about this, and I think and I'm convinced that you are picking the idea. Don't expect in the family to have peace and calmness when you are talkative, you are quarrelsome. If your wife or housewife, you are cantankerous, you're stirring confusion in the family, and you say, there's no peace in this home, there's no peace in this house. Why? Because you have not contributed that peace. You have done it differently. By your contribution, peace will come. If you are talking well with your family members, your children, with your spouse or husband, other relatives, here in Africa, we have extended families. Yes, people appreciate that you are talking peacefully with them. You are appreciating with them, you are saying thank you to them, you are greeting each other, you are supporting each other. You are really showing love to them. Why can't peace come? Somebody will find it difficult to really begin causing trouble when the rest of the other members in the household or in the family are peaceful people. So there will be that challenge, and somebody will pick a lesson from there. So any positive change that we want to see happening in the world, we have a role to play, and it should start with us. Let that change start with me, let that change start with you, let that change start with us. Because me, you, and others comprise the population. Like in the family, it is the head of the family, or the spouses, husband and wife, plus children and other people. These are the members of the family. And in the community, these families together form a community. And in the parish, the same thing, sub-county, district, and so on. So the entire world population is comprised of various families from all over the universe, the globe. So for that reason, you have a role to play always to achieve the change that you want to see in the world, the positive change above all. Let's move on. This morning, kangaruke hali nyentenu nyagomba kubazaho muntomo mu byafayo byensenu. Ngoleze mbaze muntomo mu byafayo byensenu ruranganwa owibara kandi acyaroho ali myaka nyingiho eyo bukuru betu na cyakora omulimo na acyari mu mezi kurungi mukazi. Tujja kumusanga omunsi ezaheruko tujja kumbazaho betu ko kungambire ningoza kuleta buli muntu wena tugendere hamu iwa ku rulimi runo kutakutalwaniza obundabaza rulimi rundi kandi urundi kumanya ngo nomanya kandi nohura kandi nohondera nubutarumanya muno kurubaza ku buliki mukiona ku kihondera bahite kisanike cyo ratunga icyo kijya kukonyeraho oboraba nohondera hamukutwetgun hamukoragwetgun ogwa Fort TV na miltikat semerire. Please, I encourage every one of us to download this app here, Fort TV, so that you are able to catch with us. The show is My Planet simply because everyone else is living here. I'm not aware of people who are living on the planet Mars, Neptune, and other planets as you know them, Venus, the six or host of them that are existing there in the universe. But planet Earth is the source and foundation of life. You are there, I'm here, and we are here because of planet Earth. It's where we are getting our oxygen, our food, our water, our life, everything that you need to live or to survive or to be alive is nowhere else but here on planet Earth. For that reason, I would like to encourage every one of us to make sure that you treasure the place where you stay, and none other than planet Earth, where we are all staying and enjoying the life that we have. So I always talk about conservation of nature, protection of the environment, fighting global warming, which results into climate change. Of course, global warming comes about as a result of climate change. The climate changes simply because of other factors that are taking place, and more than 75% of the factors that cause or contribute to climate change, which eventually causes global warming, are man-made or are human activities or human contribution. We attribute to human beings, simply because they are the highest class of animals doing things here on the planet. And so the greenhouse gas emissions that take place, it's because of man's activities, engineering, manufacturing, and producing different items through factories and industries. Therefore, we get green gas emissions, or carbon dioxide for that matter, to make matters simple. So man is key in this matter. And so when I talk about conservation of nature, I'm talking about conserving or protecting our lives. Not simply to see the green environment is peacefully there, is just around. Yes, it is good, it pleases our eyes and makes contribution to what all we live on. But also, doing so means we are preserving our lives. If you destroy the environment, you won't get the oxygen. You won't get the food. The soil won't be productive enough to produce you food. You will starve and eventually die. Because even in this country, we have some people who are dying because of starvation, because of hunger. And this is simply because the producing factor of this food, which is nature, which is land, which is soil, which is water, the entire green environment and other aspects of the nature are destroyed or not well handled, and so they don't yield for you. I always give you this idea of those who are cattle keepers. If you want to milk your cow and get adequate milk, you must feed that cow with some good green pasture, some water, you give it water, and other requirements so that this cow takes and gets satisfied, and therefore all the hormones will do their part in its body, and therefore milk production will be high, and when you go milking, you'll get adequate milk that you need. But if you have not done that, and you have rather done the opposite, you won't get the milk that you need. And don't castigate, or rather, don't curse the cow. It is simply you to blame yourself, it is blaming, or to check back and see what happened. And that's why we have to always have answers for many questions that come up. What have you done to make sure that you get the milk adequate enough from your cow? And why is the milk not coming? You must know that there is a gap that you have contributed on. So let's look at what happened today, many years ago, which we call today in history. It is always good to know what happened so that we get perhaps inspired to follow examples of those other good things that happened, or to unlearn some of the aspects that contributed to that negative happening. There are two aspects to look at when we talk about today in history. We are reflecting on history to pick two lessons. One, if that history component was negative, we get to learn or to understand or to remember that we should avoid such situations that contribute to such a negative aspects. Like yesterday we were talking about First World War. We were talking about so many people dying. 8.5 million soldiers perishing, the First World War that began in 1914 to 1918. And that was the reason why in 1919 they had to convene a peace conference in Paris, France, so that war doesn't come up again. And unfortunately it came up again in 1939. After 1945, many more people died. But in the First World War you saw 8,500,000 soldiers dying. Also you saw 13 million civilians. Me and you, more or less innocent people, are not holding guns or not fighting, also dying. Therefore, you can see, when you see the causes of this, it is a lesson to us to avoid such environments or such issues that can contribute to such a negative happening. So that is the negative side of it, which is a positive for us to know, to learn, to avoid, or to make a contribution of getting rid of that situation. But also part two of why we look at today in history is to pick a good lesson. Like today, if you are enthusiastic enough after going through this discussion of what happened today in history, because of course like on today, many things happened, but I'm singling one among the millions of happenings, even the billions of happenings. So that if it is positive, you can pick a lesson from there, you can get inspired, you can admire, You can be motivated to do something. And that's why when I'm here with My Planet at the show, me, Superhost Hamilton, I make sure that I say things where you are keen and keen enough, you can pick something. I don't think you can follow us on this line here and you pick nothing. No, you cannot. Later on, I'm going to share with you what other people are sharing with me here, because as a result of these discussions, on my WhatsApp, somebody comes into the inbox and gives you a message of appreciation, a message of learning, a message of inquiry, things like that. And so today in history, it was like today, 19th of January. I'm not saying exactly Friday. Yes, maybe beginning from next week, I will also be telling you the days. Not only the date, and the month and the year, but also the day itself. The day of the week, like it is Friday today. So today I will not tell you that, but you will find out. Perhaps It was like today, 19th of January, way back in 1946. Way back in 1946, 19th of January, something important happened in the world. And it is part of 40 TV, which talks about keep entertained. So we're going to see one entertainer, one global entertainer, one world-class entertainer being born on that day. A blessing to the world. So it was today in history, 19th of January, 1946, there gets to be born a lady who is 77 years old now, as per 23rd of November 2023. This is none other than an American lady, a singer, a songwriter, and an actress. A singer, a songwriter, and an actress was born on the day like this, 19th of January 1946. Can you guess who this one is? An American lady born today, and a singer, songwriter, and actress. Yeah, this is Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton was born on this day. Her full name is Dolly Rebecca Parton. Was born, and this is great that we have a person like this. This lady was born in a place called Pittman in Tennessee. Tennessee is a state in the United States of America. Pittman Center, Tennessee, USA. She was born on a bright day. She was born. And to marvel the world with entertainment, with happiness, with joy. And many of us, some of us do enjoy her songs today. I'm one of those who enjoy Dolly Parton songs because they are good. This is country music she was fond of, and her basis, 90% of her songs were country music. And she hit the world for a number of decades of her life. She was singing. She was really singing, as you can understand the word singing. And she was a very joyful, magnetic actress. This one was born to the parents Avie Lee Owens and Robert Lee Parton. These are the parents of this lady, the brilliant lady we are looking at, who was born today, 19th of January 1946, at Pittman Center in Tennessee in USA. There were 11 siblings, sisters and brothers to simplify it. So had 6 brothers and Dolly Parton and 4 others. Therefore, there were 5 girls, all females, with 6 males who were the brothers, and therefore 5 sisters, making 11 siblings from these 2 parents. So they were quite a sizable family, a very happy family. Among the 11, I can mention 2 at least. For example, we had Stella Parton and Randy Parton, among other names. That if you're interested, really, you can look up this information. It's abundant all over. Sometimes information is all over the place, but if we're not inspired or encouraged, asked to look for it, we don't get it even when it is around, and we begin wondering where this information comes from. This is Dolly Rebecca Patton. She was a singer, songwriter, and an actress. At the end of this presentation of this particular Today in History element, we shall need to pick some lessons. Why do I bring this aspect of Today in History in our discussions here at Fort TV? It's very important for us. We are going to discover this before we conclude the sharing that we are doing. She's a married lady. She's a spouse. She's a family woman. She was married way back in 1966. She was married way back in 1966. I will follow up on her children. I will establish this. I didn't want to touch on that today. I just looked at her being married in 1966. Married to Carl Thomas. Carl Thomas Dean is the husband to Dolly Rebecca Patton. A very cheerful family, having love, moving all over the place. If you're a musician, if you're an entertainer, somebody in this kind of artistic industry, you really need to be a joyful person, need to be joyous, need to be entertaining, need to be happy. And that's why we have a couple of them here within Fort TV who are doing entertainment shows here. So it's important. This is Dolly Rebecca Patton, who was enjoying the music that we have called, what have we called the music she was enjoying? Okay, you'll get to remember that. So country music is basically so much common in southern USA. We have a lot of people whom we call the country boys there, singing a lot of nice songs, soft, good, melodious music, accompanied by musical instruments like banjo, like guitar. You can call it a guitar if you want. The other musical instruments which are played by springing old, and so many. That's kind of mix the music of ballads and sound and voice and dancing. It's so sweet, so nice to look at and enjoy. I like music, by the way. I'm a singer. If you didn't know, you want to challenge me, let me come out of this studio at some point and you engage me, and we can share the discussion and ideas and the songs that I do enjoy. And maybe you need to see some of my dancings in YouTube or somewhere. It will come about, because really music is a part of life and it refreshes life. We can also discuss why we do have to sing and to dance and to have entertainment, So that's why in school we used to say, no study or reading or working without playing makes Jack a dull boy. Jack can be substituted for anybody. So this lady was enjoying country music from the southern part of the United States of America, and she won a lot of awards. She won a lot of awards during her singing period and acting period. 25 awards in different categories, like we have certified gold, platinum, also we have multi-platinum awards. These are values that we attach to something important. When you talk of gold, it means something has made a performance that is gold-worthy kind of value. Very, very, very valuable, very nice, very catching, very entertaining, very captivating, and unavoidable, which pleases the heart and the eye and the mind and the emotions. So that one is very important. This was Dolly Rebecca Patton of that time. She's still alive. She's 77 as I talk now, and just living a happy life. And also the awards, the 25 awards, she had 25 songs actually taking the first position on the Billboard country charts, in the USA and globally. Her songs are still classic and enjoyable, entertaining, and so nice. So there is a lot we can pick from this kind of idea of singing. She was a singer. Why do we sing? One, we sing, first of all, to feel good, the singers themselves. If you are a singer and you don't enjoy the song you are singing, and you are not feeling it, it's not coming from the heart of hearts of yours, in your heart, in your brain, in your mind, in the whole body of yours, is circulating within you. And even when you sing, that is not like this, you will have put out just noise. Just noise. Because if it is a song, a melodious song, a song that you're enjoying and loving, it is in the same way that it's likely to treat the other person who is listening in, who is tuning in, who is enjoying it. So people cannot enjoy what we don't enjoy if we're offering those enjoyments we call song. So the songs that we sing are done in order to inspire us, to make us feel good, to relieve us from perhaps from pain, from hardships, from difficult surroundings or environment, refreshing us, making us have life back. And that's why I tell people, when you are emotionally charged and you have some trouble, you have stress of some sort, you're angered, you are going through such kind of a negative situation, better step aside a little bit, have a song in your heart. It's important to have a song in your heart, 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, but pick one that can refresh you. Like I train in soft life skills with younger people and other community members. We also sometimes have some songs that put us into the situation to know that challenges come and challenges go. And when they come, you are not the first person to get these challenges. Many people get challenged in this world, but also go over them. They spark learning. They spark, innovations, creativity. Even they encourage courage. They support you to be stronger so that you can go through. So songs inspire, songs strengthen, songs encourage and motivate somebody to live and have confidence in yourself. Like you say, God will make a way where there seems to be no way. Some people are challenged and some situations are very difficult. It's like that's the end of your journey of life. But no, there is yet still another moment to live. So God can always put a way where there seems to be no way. But you cannot simply pick this message. You are picking it from a song. You are picking it from a song. One day I will sing for you that song. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. I tell you. So it's important. The song inspires you, encourages you, makes you happy, makes you feel good. Develop one, the song of your heart. But also, two, the reason why songs are important is that people who listening, who pick these songs, feel refreshed, feel soothed, feel calmed. Sometimes we are nervous because of various situations, but when a song comes in and you listen, you sometimes imitate, and if it is dancing, you dance around. If it is singing, you go by the tone, by the tune, by the sound, by the melody. And that is within that song, you feel refreshed. You have life back again. You get a new chapter in life. And perhaps you can even forget those negative challenges that you're going through and pick a new life journey from that point. So the songs are very important. It is food of the mind, food of the heart, food of the thoughts. They encourage people to live better. And even physiologically and biologically, if you discover, you can research and find, there are also other changes that take place within our bodies when we are happy because of singing, because of dancing, because of music. Many things change. Even anger reduces. The tempo of anger reduces. And the stress reduces, and the reactions are more positive than negative. You can't be happy and singing and dancing and then you are quarreling at the same time. No, it's very abnormal if it happens. Yes, it can happen because we are created differently. You can't be singing a nice song and you are fighting. No, you are abusing people. No, you cannot do that. Sometimes when people cry while singing, it's because the song has touched their emotions. Their emotions. They are making them remember situations where they are coming from, or the situations they went through, or the challenges they went through. Or also, they are remembering good times they went through, and they are remembering those good memories, positive memories. And so people rather sing and cry because of joy. Tears of joy, tears of happiness. Sometimes it happens. Somebody's laughing but crying. Yeah. Tears of joy. Yeah. But also tears of sadness, if the song can remind you of the situation. And also you are happy though crying, because you know you are coming out of that situation. And also you remember that you are not alone in this world who go through such turbulent times in life. So songs are very important. They rebuild your mental settlement, mental well-being. They put you back into life, into shape, into getting organized. Also, it teaches you a lesson of being patient, doing good always. You know, it is not only the medicine in the hospitals or drug shops or clinics and so on which treat us well. The songs are part of the natural medicine for human nature. You miraculously more or less get healed when you get a song that encourages you and feel good. You can even see it if you have been lying, and you can feel refreshed in that sense. So the listener, the one getting the song, is also benefiting. But also the entire environment becomes a joyful environment. People in that community where they are singing and dancing, they are usually happy people in most cases. I know other challenges are there, but music is very wonderful. So having a person singing is very important. If you have the opportunity to sing, please sing, for many reasons. I have mentioned a few, but there could be many more. And you are teaching other people so to copy or to learn from you, to sing with the benefits that are involved. Singing is medicine for our lives as well. Okay, the other aspect is that, number 3, singing is an economic activity. Is an economic activity. Or probably let me talk about a social activity first of all. Then I will conclude with the economic activity. But as well as political at some point. If you can know, in this country, some people have benefited from this kind of activity. I'm about to give you some bit of break, but before, let's pick up on this one so that when you come back, we can talk about something else. Now, point number 3 within this, drawing it from Dolly Rebecca Patton, because of her good songs, country music. Number 3, the songs or the singing, you know, they create friendship for you. They connect you with other people. They network you with other people. They get you friends. So you get networks of people. People of the similar activity, similar industry, similar work. Fellow singers. You join, you get teams, you get groups, you get associations. Yeah, you know more people, you get many friends. You are in an association, you have a family of that nature. Not only at home, in your community alone, but globally. Now I'm talking about Dolly Rebecca Patton. Why? She's way far in America. Way far in America, but I'm talking about her here in Fort Portal, Uganda, Western Uganda, in Africa, simply because of that impact. We have friends who are not meeting face to face, but we do probably on Zooming or teleconferencing and so on. But, you know, singing can create circles, networks for you, friends for you, social enjoyment, recognition, aspect, respect, you know. So you create another family of the singers, and you're big people who can support each other socially, morally, and otherwise. But finally on this point, I want to say, number 4, the singing is an economic activity. It can put you in a position of a financially stable person. You can earn a living. You can also earn money to be a recognized person, as a rich person, as a singer. We have these people who sing and are millionaires, and others have moved on to billionaire level. We can mention a number of them here in Toro, but the Toro singers, I think, they are moving steadily well. They are getting to where they should get, but with the time, with the encouragement, with inspiration and motivation, they can get along and begin earning. But locally, you remember, here the singers we have, Kigambo, Arali, Kawa Kansengerwa, Aboki, mentioned them, as you know them. They also earn from their songs, from singing, from dancing. Yes, so you can earn an income, you can earn a living from singing. Now when you raise it to the national level, you know them, even the former member of parliament in Uganda there, who later on formed a political party called the National Unity Platform, NUP, Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who is popularly known as Bobby Wine because of his industry of singing, an artist, he's a musician. He earns a lot of money from that stuff, from that aspect. Chameleon and many other people over there, Joan Kanyomozi, yes, Joan Kanyomozi, our daughter here, our lady here, our friend here, our child here, the country lady, Joan Kanyomozi. She earns her living. Majority of her living earnings are coming from her music, from her singing. So I'm encouraging everyone to pick these four aspects. I've not mentioned the actress aspect. Being an actor also earns a lot of money. In the Hollywood, in the United States of America, actors and actresses earn a lot of money. And we look at their films, their videos. We follow them on YouTube and elsewhere, on podcasts and so on. Yeah, so they earn a lot of money, respect, prestige. They're stars of the world. Yeah, songwriting is very important. People earning money out of writing the songs, selling them, sharing them, and even distributing them to different corners of the world. So this was Dolly Rebecca Patton we have seen today in history. She was born on a day like 19th of January 1946. Do you admire that? Dolly Rebecca Patton, to be one, you have that talent of singing. Please promote it, move it up to the global level. Global level, you will be recognized and known. Leave alone at community level, which is a good starting point. But of course, you cannot have the roof without a foundation. Let's start from where we are with what we have. Then we can get what we want next. Let's have a short break with 40 TV. You keep entertained, and we shall be shortly back and move on. Please don't leave.
Fort TV, ikara osemerirwe.
Yes, Fort TV, stay entertained. You're back to the show, My Planet with the Superhost Hamilton. We're cruising through now. We're in the second hour of our show, 9 to 10 now. We are moving on to see another discussion subsequently, because we need to look at something else. You know, the interesting part of Fort TV is that it's rich with resourceful people, with rich information for different learnings, and reaching us socially and other ways, moral as well. So today, in this second hour of the discussion, we're looking at one of the Sustainable Development Goals. You know, I started on the discussion of this series of the Sustainable Development Goals. You remember? I introduced this. I said there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals that are to be achieved at least by 2030 globally, and there are many of them. And I promise that each time I get the opportunity, we shall be touching on one or two briefly. And I promise that at some point, when all goes well, we shall be getting guests or discussants from outside of us, making a contribution to these discussions of the Sustainable Development Goals. So even before they come, because I could also be invited as a guest elsewhere to discuss on this, but now that I'm hosting the discussions myself on My Planet, I can be in the meantime discussing a few of them. Sustainable Development Goals, these are milestones, ideas, desires, goals, aspects that we need to achieve as human beings globally. Where we want to go, what we want to get, what we want to reach, in order to live happy, successful life for each one of us. So these are the goals. A goal is something that you are working to get, you are working to achieve, you are working to reach, you are working for. If you attain it, if you get it, you feel happy about it. And I think you don't stop there, you work on another goal, because there are always so many goals. Your goal could be to become a producer in TV industry. You study, work, practice for it, and you get it. Maybe after that one you can think about another goal, you can plan another goal. Maybe your goal could be this year in 2024 to buy a piece of land so that you can be able to put up your own house, your own family. So getting land is a goal, something you are working to achieve, you are working to get. So when I talk about goals, we are looking at what we are aiming at getting or achieving or securing, such that they add on the happiness of our lives, on the well-being of our lives. And so globally, many countries came together and agreed to put forward goals that can be achieved for the betterment of the world population. There are 17 of them. I mentioned some, but I will be mentioning one by and by. Maybe sampling, I can talk about fighting poverty, fighting hunger, fighting for a better environment, fighting against climate change or global warming, and that is conservation of nature and so on. These are quite a couple of them, 13, 14, and 15 in that circle. When we talk about climate action, then we talk about life underwater, life on land. So that package, there are 3 goals within one framework of the environment and nature and life. But there are many other goals as well. Better education or good education, industrialization, production, health, good health, and so on. So today I'm going to touch on Sustainable Development Goal number 3. Sustainable Development Goal number 3 I'm touching on, it's good health and well-being. Good health and well-being. Good health and well-being. I'm persuaded that as I discuss this one this time round, I will mix the languages, because I feel also I could leave behind some few people, but majority of the people need perhaps to get this in their language. Urugiga rwa kasatu mu ngiga 17 ezente kanisa ya mahanga getereine kurwani senyikara embi eyeroho eyabereho eyesobora kubaho nuko abantu bakatunga obomezo burungi kandi ebintu bino ndengiga zinisemera kutebwa mu nkora buli government yona omunsi buli hanga lyona omunsi linyakuli member mu ntekanise ya mahanga getereine United Nations na mbere Uganda LM hamahanga gali ga member ekikuba nikigambwaho mu ngiga zini 17 Uganda nka government nkihanga kandi nka abantu tino byonanizibo kukikolera kugira omugando gutwataho korora cyatungwa n'ubu ni hanga irindi nuko munsi amahanga gona ninge tuli kwika amahanga 200 hati aganya kuli mu mukago gwa kitongole cya amahanga ageterine. The last time I checked gali gahikire 19 na satoko. I think we are steadily moving to 200 member states in the United Nations. Hati nimbaza horugiga runo rwakasato rukwataho kumera obomezi oburungi. Kumera obomezi oburungi. Kambaze nebigambo bino tujja kongera tubyecumitirezeho. This entails ensuring health lives and promoting well-being for all at all ages. Komera bomeso burungi kino nikimanisa gukora cyone kusoboka kutwara mu maiso ebe bikusagika omuntu komera bomezo burungi. Nje kisobora komera bomezo burungi nikimanisa kukiraho. Nabwo ikiharo kusemera kukorwa. First of all aro kusemera kutegekwa. Of course bandize byatekerezebwaho. Hati byatekanizibwa byategekwa planning kandi byatandika kutebwa mu nkora implementation kandi byatandika kuhonderezibwa no kurorwa obiraba nibigenda mu maiso kandi birungi bikurugamo monitoring and evaluation kandi birugiramo ibirungi byatandika kweyolekera mu bikorwa rundi musana y'abantu musana yensi impact or outcomes. Buli rugiga rwona hano orukukorwa mu ngiga zini 19 kakuba rutadaleta mpenda hinduke nungi mu bantu abo munsi muno rugigoru ruba rutahikirire ebikorwa bibakozirwe cyonka ruba rutahikirire ruratahoireyo kandi byono so kutabikora hamu okabikirizo kabitunga kuko no mumako ubundi tugira mu bintu bimwe kuburamu bayite bikure bikwa nibyetagisa nibisemera kuba nibizoka rundi kuba nibibaho. Hati tugamba good health tugamba omuntu cyone kirukusoboka kikorwe kurora wayomera rundi wekaraho no yehura kurungi ecyo kwanza mu bitekerezo byawe mu bongo bwawe magezi gawe mental and emotionally no semera obeno hura kurungi no sono kutekereza ocyanga nukire kitekerezo no kutekereza nikirugamo omanyeka kubota kwehura kurungi orwere onebe kutalbaniza obomezi bwona mbiri gucoka cekere okozire kino sasa no cyenywa no hururwa tosobora kutekereza bitekerezo ebiri coordinated ebigenda kurungi biterekerire bakakwatana kurunga karuga mu kintu ekitekerezo ekyo kikakujya mu bwongo okarwanira kiteka mu nkora hakono bano yehurira kubi toine bisinga totekaine so ebitekerezo birungi no bwongo kukora kurungi omuntu nasemera kuba ali momezi omu mubiri omu. Ekyakabiri okurora wakora kangambe kubaza wabaza kubaza anti watekaniza wayegesa wasobora okorota nusemera ko nehura kurungi katika kubamba ni sasa ntakwehura kurungi mubiri nikiretereza nebitekerezo byange kutatekana kurungi nikiretereza nenyikara yange yona kuburaburangana to be disorganized somewhat kandi icyo nikwa nikimanyisangu no kujya tenkwija ninyosa kandi unakwanye kwatirize nyiziri embaza yange yokali abanyakoleka ngo omuntu gwali kubi menye kwatirize nga hati ibintu bino bikuru byetaga kubikora kama tukonyere obwomezi nko hati nuba butali bwomezi burungi. So mtu akwa alibwomezi kurungi no wakwa nabaza no yetegereza ngogu alibwomezi alikurungi asemerire good health. We're talking about that. But also mukukora tosobora kukora emirimo physically omulingo gwona even mentally katugambe emirimo endi etali amani etali ya physical activity hati emirimo endi nko kuhandika nko kulentekaniza zawo kurungi harupapura runda computer kukutekaniza ebintu bindi byona mpora kukuhanura otena bwomezi burungi tokukikora. But hati katugaruke habyo kukora n'emikono kukwata ekisingolezo ukasingora mzigati oko kwata mfuko kalema musiri kwata komo kasale zigati ege kugenda kuli sente no kukola ebindi byone bikwetagisa kukanika mu makanikiro oko kanika ebiruke bitali byomu kuhimba ebintu no kola emirimo yona kokorugimanya oburkuba no yihura kubi mubiri otene bwomezi burungi torkugikora rundi no yakwatiriza no kora kataito akatakurugirwemu ebyo mugaso ebirakonyera. So we're talking about good health. Kuja kutunga bwomezi burungi nikimanisa ngo mubiri gwawe wasemere kuba no yihura kurungi wasemere kuba no yihura kurungi kandi ebi byona burkubiteraniza okwehura kurungi ko mbitekerezo no mbongo no mu bigambo no mu maraka no mu mubiri gwona n'emirimo yokora byona kubiteraniza omuntu nimuletera okuba kurungi kwehura kurungi. Habo kuba ebi byona burkubitekereza okabibaza okabikora nibikuletera n'ebyo rukwetaga nuketera ebyo kunywa n'ebyo kulya ubundi ebyo kujwara ebyo byona nibyongera hakuba kwawe kurungi nibitekaniza omutima gwane ebitekerezo byano hura olinkanya ku maziru oyine otungire ebyo rukwetaga na habweki overall you have good health. Kandi warwara wajanjabwa wakira wabakurungi ebyo byona nibikwataho obwomezi burungi noba nehura kurungi mbomezi bwawe overall oyine nobusingi. And this is what we are talking about if we talk about good health and well-being, the complete circle of your life where you feel good, you talk good, you work good, you stay good. Hati noboine nobusingi omuntu atarkwehura kurungi mbomezi bwe tagira busingi obo atabugira habwe wenka nawe nko omuntu kandi mu family ndi mukaye n'abantu abakwikara nabo obarkwane bamuru atene busingi nabo abaletereza kutagira busingi kandi obundi omuntu atene busingi nikirahuka no kubihirwa nikirahuka no kukungana obundi kirahuka no kurwana nikirahuka no kuburangana nikirahuka no kucheka nikirahuka no bunako kweyongera ko omuntu asokutakora na amani no bwekambe ko atene busingi tena businga uko na ehura kubi tena bwomezi burungi. Hati kino ekintu ekyo bwomezi burungi nikisemera kutwarwa nke kikuru oburukuba bwo kutubera bwo mugaso no musemera kutebwa mu amani kukolerwa entekaniza ebintu birakonyera kwikana no bwomezi burungi tingambire kulya okanyo kayiguto kajwaro kasemerero ebito kubitunga by accident no bikore entekaniza no bikolera niko no bitunga. You do an investment no tamubwire no tamu amagezi no tamusente no tamu okufuba kuona kurora wabitunga. So ncho turugambira to ensure health lives hasemere kuba cyakorwa. Who ensures no hena kurora ngukintu cyakorwa abantu baba no bwomezi burungi nigenda kibazaho maisaho oja kusanga olium hali aba kusemera kugira ekichweke ekitwakora ekiwakora nabandi nkewe nonde mwaba benge uruntu abenge twagira ekichweke ekitwakora nabandi abatwahira obusobozi no bujunanizibwa nka government handengo zona bagira ekichweka ekibakora nuko abantu batunge bikwetagisa mbomezi bwabo babe no bwomezi burungi. Kandi ijuka nkagambera ngu we are what we eat. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. Embaze yokubanza yona biba byokulya eribwa mu byokulya nchokororo bundi ntwikara twino bwomezi burungi no mara wiki no mara kwezi no mara mwaka utarweire kandi kuno ndwara ziroho munsyo utarweire habo kuba noba noliye mibazi ebyokulya byawe nugombazi gwawe hati omubazi gwawe nibyo byokule byawe kyona nakyo nikikora. So nabweki ntujja omubwire buno busigezeho omusahen ntujja kurora bike bisemeye kukorwa kurora omuntu yaba n'obwomeezi oburungi. Very important. Hati hano niturora ngu obwomeezi oburungi obusemeye kusagikwa n'okutwarwa mu maiso, promoting, kusagikwa n'okutwarwa omu maiso. Ntubusagika tuta ntubutwara tuta mu maiso. Ekyo nakyo ntujja kwongera tukimulikemu turole ko kugenda. Kandi obu entekanize rundi engigen this sustainable development goal number 3 is intended for every one of us, for all people, you know, for all people. Abato n'abakuru, abakazi n'abasaija, abakaikuru n'abagurusi, abagufu n'abarehire, abarukure n'abakwiragura, abantu ababuli hanga lyona, ababuli ndimi, ababuli nyikara n'entekereza. Itwena ntubantu etaga obwomeezi oburungi. So hati omuntu akuba nakolera okurora ngo obwomeezi oburungi bwabaho, ebyo byona nabitekereza. Abaana abato batunga bato obwomeezi oburungi. Abasigazi aboja n'abisika batunga bato obwomeezi oburungi. Abakazi batunga bato obwomeezi oburungi. Okira muno abebyoruzaaro n'obwomeezi banyirite nk'okubaba miringo yona. Abasaija batunga bato obwomeezi oburungi. Hakuba benda kuba kurungi bakole emirimo balete entasha bombeka amaka n'okuzara abazari. N'okukole emirimo yihanga n'enkorakorana yensi. Batunga bato obwomeezi oburungi. Abakaikuru n'abagurusi ntubetaga nk'omusingi. Hakuba nibazara abasaija n'abakazi, nibazara abaana boja n'abaisiki, nibazara n'abandi bona abanyakusigireho. Tosobora okutunga ekyombeko kitaina musingi. Omusingi gwaitu nibo abazaire baitu. Sometimes you get to wonder when you see some young people castigating, cursing, hating older people, older persons. Muntu ine miaka 5 nokuyongera higuru nosanga omusigazi mmoja ndi mwisiki nagamba ogu nawo manye kikade manye deadwood manye biki matasemeni nakubaho manye ali mulimo gwe manye akora nurora haruhe no byamani abana n'abazeire abana abazeire ensinganto abantu abakuru as if abasigazi bano ndi abisiki bano ndi abojo bano ndi abana bano bakisanga baroho buroho omuntu atabazali undi abazaire aina kuikara ali muto nkabo undi akabazara ali muto nkabo oke no baraba yabazaire ali muto nkabo nuko ekalati waraba akabene myaka 20 ekala 20 nuko bamugonzi hata hicha sata hata hichana hata hichatana hata hichansanja hata hichakenana hati obo barkwikege myaka yabia yabamubi yaburwa mugaso tasebere kubaho na kutalwaniza na kutumbaza tokwetagira murole and doing so nikimanisa noye yanga noye nova because that's where you are going. How would you feel oli myaka nsanju kinana chenda omwana wawe na kwegombera kufu omujukuru wawe na kwegombera kufu omuntu na kwegombera kufu and yet niwe wa muzaire wa mutamuzi rundi abantu abe myaka yawo nubo bazairebe no ise nuwenyina ali myaka ege nikija kitakurora emyaka ege yobukuru yo muzaire wawe arumu noginoba no muno ngo habwo kuba kuzire iwe no tekereza nojja kwikara myaka 30 okumala emyaka 10 oli ha myaka 30 no I mean if you know how time acts how time goes no bundu kubazo haro microseconds haro seconds haro minutes haro hours haro days haro weeks haro months haro years haro decades haro centuries haro millennia emyaka akalimke sana kai kankatea ta buli kairo karkutera omukukura kwawe emyaka neyongera kugenda ne kanya mu bwingi nuko oja kwika at some point obaro mu bantu abakuru baromba kaikuru baromba gurusi eventually you begin moving down of orugeo obundi to obukuru bwe myaka obundi to orufu ndendwa of course no boko cyali muto linkerembe oli musigazo liki no sobora kufa but hata nimba zao emyaka. So never castigate, never curse, never hate what you are going to be, what your parents are and other people are. Beitecho na kibazaho morale ningoza kugambira ensinganto ngo really we need tuleke kusana abantu abatenda bitekerezo tukanobe emyaka enkuru kandi kunu nitwegomba kumera habwake burkurwaro linsingato nogonza genda mwirwaro bakutambira okire oikaleho notekereza borekara no kwikara otongire kamazige kigana nago gahika gacucuka gahuwa ubo musana guja amazige kigana usanga gatacyarumu harimwe sabo bwemara naye eyoma efoka bintuntu kuonka bitakataka obundi usanga efokere cucu hata sobara genda mtawuni omnoramo ebinayina no sanga mamizi no gomeremo betumbwire bwenjura no sanga mamizi so tusobara kwikara otekera ngage kigana no banokura no kujoko don't cast the edge where you are going. You only need to grow gracefully. That was not diversion. It was intended. So obomezo burungi tukusorora hamyaka, tukusorora hanganda na mahanga, tukusorora mkazi rundi mseja, mojo rundi mwisiki. Na buliomu omomezi, buliomu anyakuro, anybody living should have good health and well-being. Kinu kina kukolererwa, kina kufibwao. Ibanje lyo kubanza nigenda hamuntu wera kwetegereza kufaho ubomezi bwawe nko muntu habantu abato abana of course ibanja rundi byo nanziba nubwenda habazaire iyo boye fire nko mzaire nko muntu warero ubomezi bwawe kandi abana wabarorero rota otereho mulingo kikura abana bakura kurungi makuru mabi okura tugambiro hano toro generally tukabara district ngo abana barkuzarwa nibakura bagurumire rundi batinikire omubiri gwabo tubarkukura kurungi bakamuka kurungi mu cyemero cyabo habo kuba haroho ebitarugenda kurungi mu mibiri yabo haro ebitarugenda kurungi harimo ebikuburamu obundi habwendia obundi habwenywa obundi icyo nikiruga nkoku ende kabiri munda omuzaire we nkoku yalire kukanywire kisaize yakozire no kwetwaza kuyetozema rundi hati omwana no bwazairwe obundi tayonkere kurungi obundi amata tigaro mu mabere untigaro mu kirisa bukuba nyina talire nkoku akubere nasemera kulya no mwana we kati watandikire kulya ebyo kulya bya kulya tibikumuombeka mubiri tibonyere nganda zone 3 tazine ebikombeka mubiri ebikuleta mu okumukora kurungi kusana akutunga nkemibazi okukuba kurungi kwa mlingogu rundi ebindi bikumuhamani nuko abe strong. You know, we are talking about carbohydrates, we are talking about proteins, we are talking about vitamins or vitamins, we are talking about all these things and their categories, you know. So emyaka yona abantu bona mu miringo yona twasemera babe no bomezo burungi beto bomezo burungi bono ni babutunga bata omezo burungi bono kubutunga ni bwetagisa ebintu bingiho ekimo hari biyo ni bwetagisa entekaniza planning eso kubantegeka rundi entekaniza cyo ragoza ko salieke bugano kutukozesa kira kwesa mune gambo entekaniza entegeka entegeka ni yabgad entekaniza yakun ya planning amurungeza tuga planning bugano gamba ategese oba kutegeka oba kuteka teka ano tugamba atekanize undi natekaniza bite bugambe ebyo nomanya nkoko tulingana hayi kandi tuli bantu ntubikozesa ntu nsokoze cyorgana sokoze cyortoro no muganda sokoze cyortoro sokoze cyorgana sokoze kutekaniza undi kutegeka. So we are talking about planning essentially. Obomezi nubwetaga kubitekaniriza undi kubitegekera ningamba kyam tekereza orole aturaba tugambire byorkulya nubo bomezi bwawo ebyorkulya noija kubitungota kuli entekaniza rakusobozesa kutunga ebyokulya betakusuluka kamu otekerezeo byokulyaki ebyokwetaga otekerezeo no byetaga mu bwingiki otekerezeo no byetaga mu kasumiki otekerezeo noija kubitekaniriza nka rundi kubitunga nka otekerezeo bike byokuja kutamu ebindi birakonyera kutunga ibi byokulya byokwetaga kutunga byokunywa byokwetaga kutunga nyikara ebyokwetaga. So we are talking about investment also ebyokutekamu tosobora kuba otasigire oburo otabyeire bihimba nebinyobwa rundi otabyeire nkora nebiti bya muhogo rundi ebicholi otabitere muitakomu okanihira hanyuma ya meza 3 ana 5 mukaga nogenda kugesa nogenda kunoga nogenda kuhaiga. You cannot. Rundi buli oli musuma nogenda kuhaiga byabandi kugesa byabandi kunoge byabandi. Baiti ijuka abandi abo bakabibyara bakabisiga bakabirimu. So nikiwa nikimanyisa ekirungi cyone cyo kunihira kutunga mbomezi amagesa go kunihira kutunga no semerera kuba niwe watairemu embibo watairemu nija kuzara ebyana rundi ebijuma rundi ebirkwetaga. Kinu nicho kirukwata hantekaniza watekanizota kukora atunga ebyoralye ebyoranywa nebyorkujwa. Kurora wabitunga no semerera kuteka mu sente kuteka mu bwire kuteka mu amagezi. That's the investment I'm talking about. Yes, kandi no watandika kubitunga oyenda kubirolera kurungi. Oyenda kubirolera kurungi. Good management or maintenance. Yeah. Oyenda kubirolera kurungi. Oso kubitunga ebyokuli ebyo no birolera kubi no birinda kubi no bichumba kubi. Mukwateri nebetali nungi nabyo nibikufokera butwa nibikufokera ndwara. Nikimanyisa ngu noborukubobine endolera kakubeta banungi nibikubera byakabe omezi gwawe tukusemera. So nikimanyisa ngu ukurolera ebyokulya nebyokunywa nebinde kwetagisa mbomezi nukusemera kubeo kuli hamtindo birolerwa kurungi birindwa kurungi. Nuko newe burabikozesa bikole kurungi mbomezi bwawe. Biteja kuteka mu obutwa, biteja kuteka mu obuhuka, biteja kuteka mu endwara. Nuko osobole komera obomezi oburungi. Hatigi nayo stage netagisa kutekereza kubanza, thinking. Stage ya kabiri twarora kutegeka rundi kutekaniza, planning. Stage ya kasatu twarora investment, kuteka mu bikwate bikwetagisa nuko bizaze ebyo rukwetaga. Kandi yakana twarora management, ebintu bino obo bitungire wabirindota birolera. Kandi ekyakatano nturora usage, wabikoze sota ebyokulya ebyolire obirire mbwire bwabyo, ebyokulya ebyolire obirire mbwingi bwabyo busemerire bihingure no bwingi rundi bere bitaito muno. Obirire mbwire bwabyo rundi butalibwire bwabyo. Ekintu kindi obo mazire kubirya obo mezo borkomera buli buta norora ebyolire ebyonyuire ebyokozeseze bikukonyire komera obo mezo burungi okiraba kitali nicyo no semera kukorake. You have to evaluate. You have to evaluate. Egina stage nkuru muno okuba na obo mezo burungi. Obunalya bino nanywa bino rundi najwara bino for example. Hati ntorora abantu bajwara abakiro bwingi, except a few of us who sometimes you put on and rush out because you want to manage or to keep up with the time, to catch up with what you want to do. Sometimes you don't go into the mirror. But I want to cherish and appreciate ladies. 99.9% I think ladies, before they leave their houses or their homes, they first check on themselves. They pick their mirrors or they go to the mirrors and they look at their faces, their hair, their head, their dress, everything. Aboja bakazi ngoza kwasima na abisiki muerora mundo mundolerwamu. Nuko oteja kugenda utaterekirire kandi okaita kukizora hanyuma ngo habera haro kitaterekirira kujwara kwawe runda mubiri gwawe kandi okatekereza kandi kisoka ko of course ozokerege kubi mbantu rundi osweire rundi emkire something like that. Kintu kirungi muno kwerora njuirenta kurora ndirenta njuirenta egi evaluation nkuru muno nda hati ndora abanta kujana bagamba ubundajwa runo rgoye ransemeza ndarugam kurungi hati wundi uhora nogamba urgoye rukusemize wewe akarange akakusemize wewe omusolo gukusemize wewe nebinte bindi nkebe osokusange kihuro kutekanizibwa ameza somewhere rundi obungire rundi omukayaho nyine nokirora burora nohura watandika kuiguta bese watandika kuiguta hataro abantu abandi bazoka kurungi especially abo kujwara okukonka nora abakazi bazoka kurungi abisikino bazoka kurungi hati abojo rundi abaseija nature ko kweri buntu bulipsego nangwa nayo kini cyetegereza kurungi namuligira nahura atarika kumugoza namuzokera kurungi not necessarily for any other reason wewe hawaki tekereza bwangu no guruka geno o eki tekerezo kereja nikije because nature dictates so, but the point is no hurumuti ya kuzokera kurungi wasemero sometimes abam halita tsima we appreciate and say oh you look extra smart or you look nice of course abantu bekara bali nibazoka kurungi utagamba abo murundi go kubanza ni warora semira azoka kurungi nikija kumtaloweza nikimukora kubi hata nagenda atekereza ngo hati wo bulikiro nzoka anti ntakuzoka kurungi so ebyo byona nabigamba dimbaza point ya evaluation ebyo nebyo kukora nuko binywe nuko birye nuko byakonyeza mulingo gwona nuko bijwale norora nibihamo cyo kwetaga no bitungama migasege yo kwetaga obomezi bwawe nubweyongera kusemera nubwikara busemire nubakurungi obomezi bw'abana bawe nubabuta nubuzoka kurungi abana nibalye nibiguta nibanya nibasemererwa nore nibakora kurungi nibagenda n'emyaka yabo nko kweri nibatumbuka nibemuka kurungi nekemero rundi nibatinikira nibaguruma they are dwarfing. I mean they are not coming up, they are stunted. This is what we talk about, a stunted growth. Stunted growth means somebody is not growing according to the normal nature of growth, not matching with what nature requires, with what normal growth is like. Somebody is not moving, is not improving, is not appreciating the feeding one is getting. By not appreciating, meaning that the food is not making a positive impact on the life of that individual, especially the younger people, the growing children. When you are feeding them and you don't see good health, by looks and touching the body, you see somebody is more or less not really looking nice, not feeling good, not growing well, looking shabby, looking kind of wrinkled all over when it's just a young person. So no anomanya no lisizabusa, and that is very grave. So it means mu evaluation mukupema kwa mukebera kwawe no kwetegereza kikumanisa nozora ngo haro ekirukuburamu ekirkwetagisibwa kukora. And that's why nimkozesa abwire buno okwekambisa abazeire, okwekambisa abembeze, okwekambisa buli muntu wena obujunanizibwa hano waitu toro to begin with kutekereza mune kintu eki orugamba rukwikanurira bamu kandi rwingi rwamanana ngo abamu abana bengi kandi no omutoro muno bagurumire batinyikire nibakura kubi tebarukurugamu. They are stunted because they are having bad health. So omutogun Sustainable Development Goal number 3 is telling us to work for good health and well-being, to ensure that we promote good health and the well-being by planning, by implementing, by investing, by implementing, by checking, or rather before checking even, by managing well the resources that we are using, and also checking to see if we are benefiting from the feeding that we have. The things that we are using, if they are making sense for us. The sense in terms of well-being and good health. So, hati mbere nimbaza humuno okulya n'okunywa. Okulya, nutrition, endya enungi. Tuyine byokulya bingi bya mugaso nyingi. Nimanya at some point, hano mu 40 TV, we shall be getting guests to talk about nutrition, those experts and so on. But some of us have some idea about what nutrition is. Kulya ebyokulya ebirumu emigaso erukombe ku mubiri, eruko mubiri amani, ekuletera mubiri kwikara guli mu mezi kurungi omuntu atakurwara oburwere rwero buteto taito ruherehere rukacakaca biki kwikara fefe obwire bwona biki naterwa umutwe ayo manga ina akozirata natunga amani kurungi nayihura kurungi nayegonza nko kungambire byokulya ngombazi gwawe kwikara to kwikara ebyokulya byawe tukuba bujuma bo marwaro mibazi byo marwaro no emibazi eri byokulya byokulya ebyo mugaso niyo mibazi yawo hata icyo nikiba kikuru muno nikija kulya kurungi nikimanyisake abantu abamu nibatekereza oburukusika ebyokulya rundi ukabikarango katamu autu aboko abandi ukatamu amagita garukuko kunungoga ngabarukusikisa ngazi ebe byona kabitamu ukasika nguvu walya kurungi no hati that oil is not good for health ebigitagita amagita gotigal marungi amagita marungi ago kuchumba kusikira nutritional guidelines nugo agarukiro wingi agarukubana garuga mu bimera kandi agandi amakemaka agarukurga mu bisoro hati no sugamba gali agandi agarugamba nigaruga nka yego agandi garuga mu bisoro agandi garuga mu bimera bitugo gakozerwe gata haro agandi agarukorwa mulingo ogutali murungi vegetable oil is healthy but other oils also you need to be cautious about them. Maybe sometime tulibazaho nutrition in detail tubazaho na malnutrition tulibazaho ibintu bya fat amagita kiramuna gatukuchumsa cyo kuroro mbikale byo tiba kukarangaga byo kulya na amagitago ntukiyeta kusika tonuko n'urutoro kumanya wakasomekana kusika no kirakiri gambo tukaketiza bitinketegerezebo hati nyo etyo hati norore ebinyobwe ebyomere bikubita musafuriya ndimkenaga kabirabe hamura bikahulika ukatandika kubira hati to murutoro tugamba kubikaranga mu Rwanda bigamba kubisika so hati nicyo ngambire ndimi zindi kirungu kuzetegereza otahaba bitozimanye betika kubengamba kukaranga ukitegereza ngo ntabwake atagamba kusika onti yakora tiyahuito tiyagulson nizana n'endimi akora limi nimanye ndimi nkoko zire kukuzugena mwese so nkizire muno hati amani gateka habyo kulya somehow no manyo bwire wa TV to kwa bwingi muno gamba akwa kini sono kibazana wiki kwija kigali hira muno betati ninjaburaho ni kwata kataito kugamba ngo ntubazaho gole no yakasatu engegeno yakasatu geno kino cyakasatu kubakuru nko muntu abantu tuseme tugira bomezi burungi nuko tutunga amagezi mu muto mu bwongo mbitekerezo nuko tutunge amani go gukora imirimo abako kutunga ibitekerezo burungi bwongo burungi amagezi namani go gukora imirimo nuje kutunga mu birkwetaga mu bwuda mbyo kule mbyo kunywa musente n'ibintu ebindi emirimo tekorwa abarwiri tekorwa abaceke tekorwa abatayina mani tekorwa abakarakaba tekorwa antinikizi oli emirimo ekorwa abomezi kandi bomezi bwine miringo nyingi hata bomezi tukwetaga emyaka yona eyo muntu ine bomezi muto mukuru mkekuru mgurusi moja mwisika nasemera kufibwa bomezi buli muntu ihanga liona nasemera kufibwa bomezi hata bjunanizibwa bunu obo kubanza ko kutugambire kanto ikiraniza nibugenda hali abomuka eka household domestic eka niyo ihanga iliyo kubanza munsi yona eka niyo ihanga iliyo kubanza amahanga gorukorora gona gombekerwa amaka maingi gombeka ekyaro ebyaro bingi byombeka emiruka nyingi eyombeka rundi yakora egombora amagombora mengi gakora isaza aboko mbyaro amasaza mengi gakora district rundi kichweke chekota district se nyingi zikora ihanga nyumba zaho Uganda hati Uganda ine ama district agatali hansi 10 na by the way ntuja kubagambira maisaho ngo twine ama district agarugena 12 obwire butalwa hala tuje kubagambira betaga twine tegal hansi ya 12 kasungana tukubaza betwago tibiri bisaka kuonka tibiri bitaka kuonka tibiri byombeko kuonka no we are talking about people by the way abantu nibo bakora ebikaro yes tasobora kusanga enjere hali atari umuntu kagamba that is a family you cannot taso kusanga office hali etari mu bantu kagamba ngo that is office ngo emirimo nekorwa negena mwisa abantu batarumu no taso kugamba ngo haro government ya Uganda hatari mu bantu hatari mu president haro ba minister members of parliament abakozi abakuru aba government n'abantu abandi taso kugamba 40 TV ero hatari mu CEO hatari mu manager hatari mu producer hatari mu all this stuff hatari mu presenters like me and a few other people. So otukubazaho good health and well-being. We are talking about people, and the starting point is the family level. Family level, abantu abujunanizibu omuka nuwenyeneka na nyina bwenge. By the way, nasoko wa family hatari mu bana. Hari abantu abamo abatena mugisa gwo kuzara. Nicho abamo halito abasaba ruhanga ndabagoza gambo cya ruhanga tugamba oburkuwe no mwana ndio zaire no sima ruhanga no musima wekisembe cya kwera bukuba abana bisembe rugali ruhanga. Omuntu nabali hali na omuntu human being buli kichoka cyone cyo mubiri akini bitutazire kuzara takunobere takwangire bito mugisa tugizire gwo kuzara ebe kuletereza kuzara ebikorwa nuko omuntu azali nabikora ni babikora bito abana tibarkwije. The children are not coming, somebody is not producing. Why? I may not explain that now because that barrenness sometimes there, somebody is barren, is not producing. Every kilo wingi biri mu buhangwa kandi bindi biretwa endwara omuntu kutazara. But okungireyo koleka ngu abantu abokubanza bobjonanizibwa nibo abakurubeka nyineka na nyina bwenge omuseija no mukazi oba kutunga abana mukama asimu when they produce have the children. So hati bana babiri nibo beine kurolera abana kwetagisa mukulya no kunywa kubanza kwa byona kujwara. By the way ngega ne tagisi cross cutting omuto no mukuru buli muntu ajwara beto muntu atakalira akanywa kabano mezo burungi no bwara ajwara tarkuja kusemera tarkuja kubiyagondezamu engo itakuzegondezamu ndebjwaro ndebikujwara takubiyagondezamu hako na hura kubi hako enjara ne muruma hako beniro habo kuba rweire habo kuba mucheke kujwara no butajwara. So omuntu kwa kuli akanywa akasemererwa akagira omeso burundi akajwara na yongera kusemera no kuzoka kurungi itukarora go muntu ajwere na nabo tarugiremu tukuli because one is ugly, not necessarily, but because one is having poor health. No bijora no sana tajwire biona biriao sometimes ebigamba tukutunga bikusobora kintu kino kujja kwenze ebinde bikotoho nozoka okwesoro nimerugumangine. But the point is that omuseija niwe muto gweka eto tukimanyira kurungu. So turatumanyeka somikano halengo rwensi yona we are talking about gender equality and so on. Omuseija no mukazi ngene bengana but socially, naturally, culturally, even scientifically omuseija niwe mutwe gweka ncho amwetera nyineka, the head of the family, the head of the household. Nikimanisa obukali mukuru obukali mwebembesyo obukali mutogweko hano ko kutwina CEO na abantu abandi ekirikubaho cyona omuntu barkuba na ekaguza nabanza kwekaguza ekege bamunyineka ntabamunyineka kino kigenzere kita betu munatamunyineka kandi kuno wakisobeza rundi atakikozire muntu wenda akubena akikora. But habokuba nyineka ino bujunanizibwa wa monitoring, supervision and evaluation and overall management nusanga niwe bikaguza birku kabuzibwaho nibagamba hara munyineka ntarumu ekintu cyono kusoba muka bagamba nyineka wa munu niwe no bucheke nibagamba eno kake bitege ebakayowa oino mukazi oine nabana wakoni bakaguza kayote bakaguza kayabaha bakaguza kayowa habokuba omuto gubaguma ha muntu muntu mutagera mitu ebiri mitu esatu. No, you are the head of the family, the others are heads in their own capacities as wife or spouse, as children, or as other people, dependents or guests and so on. So mukuba kurungi kwa abantu jonazibwa bwo kubanza is resting on the head of the family, therefore the entire family. Museja no mukazi tino jonazibwa ito kuba kurungi kandi niko tunge no mugisa goko no mezo burungi bwo kuzara abana tubarorere kurungi nabo babe kurungi omukazi kuzara abana kurungi bakasemera bisemera ko bamulisiza kurungi murorerire kurungi ajanja biru ayino businge to kumutama omuna kumuhoita nebora obarano itago museja watunga amani akore mirimo kwetaga omuka na heruyeka. You have to treat him well mugonze mu ektinisa omwesige omuchumbira hali gute anyu asemererwe omuho obusinge. Don't be a cantankerous woman kwikando kungana ne koma na bire hatukeneka hatikaweja sasinga manhati hema kiki omusajja no muhita wita na bro obusinge no barabyama mu kitabu ajja kusaba Ruhanga mukonyera tungoturu hawe nkungane nyakoroho busangwe nubucya burora mu rwigi akwato manda gwa agenda and you so koralosi mister ebintu bino socially ona kubyetegereza. So that's the family objonanzibwa mukuba kurungiro kutandikira katugenda harulengo rwobwebembezi nawo family yego tuina mubwebembezi baito butubuli bwa government nyakwandikirwa mbitabu buli automatic buli natural. That's the beginning. But formally haruza government kangendere kim harulengo rwegombora utagamba na guru cyama LC1 government inkuru muno hacyaro baitu hagombora nagendayo habukuba no habe byo kukozesa birateka emirimo munkora rundi ebirakozesibwa kuno emirimo yakorwa no hali budget no hali sente no hali entashe gombora egira embalira ya sente etunga sente ezigabamu mu mirimo nkokarakorwa ekitali habyaro kandi habokuba habyaro bo bakobene batunga sente kuruga hamagombora. I understand ebichweka 25 hakikumi nisemera kuba nizigenda omubyaro 25% of the sub-county's income or budget should be distributed into the villages or cells for that matter. Betebi bichweka 25 tinugama ngo borabene gombora yowanyu 25% ebichweka 25 byentasha bigende mu cyaro kimwe. I don't mean that. Ebichweka 25 kimanisa bija kugabwamu mu bwingi bwebyaro nko kubiri. But we understand that ngune ebichweka 25 bino in most cases sente zo hamagombora tizirugaye kugenda mu byaro. Obukaguza amagombora nibagamba nabo sente bataitunga. They didn't raise the income or the revenue. Therefore they can't sanction expenditure or make remittances to the lower level of their leadership or management. So turugamba ngo nambere hali budget nkagombora ikaba kimanisa ntekaniza semerire kubaho nicyo tuberireho na secretary for production kulima no kulisa ebyokulya no kwiguta no tale no kutunda ebikuruga omo hari omuntu anyakwino bujunanizibwa nuko abantu begomborege batunga ebyokulya babe kurungi ebindi batonde bya msente bagule batalimiri nabyo bakonyera mbomezi bwabo. So hati aho niho ndetira mu aspect ya government at that level new investment tukugamba ya sente kan sente zo nizuruga misoro ya abantu barkuha a lot of taxes that we contribute, that we make, direct and indirect taxes. Hati ezo sente nisikonyera kulentekaniza kurora abantu bayegesibwa nko kubaralima nko kubaralisa nko kubarasoha kandi nko kubarali as well. It is interesting na abantu nibegesibwa nko kubarali hati echo kiri common muno mu Africa kandi hano wetu mu Mtoro no Uganda kukogesa nko kusemerire kuli. It is for me and a few of us it sounds and looks funny kujja kungambira ngo lye kurungi hati ukonogoza kulya kurungi lekino na kino nyo hati echo kukingambira Yesu webali kingambira bitikunkora abokuwa manyire echo kukora no mezo bwana betchali hari abantu ebintu abinde tarukumanya kukora bikozesa abokuba kwegesibwa no kwetagwa at that point. Hati tokurora mu bitoko hamezire mudodo no mu Misiri nibagihunja rundi nibagitema rundi bagirima rundi babizika nk'ebinyasi kunga nensuiga nichekemu enjagi rundi obugora rundi katunkuma rundi ndagamba kyobjabara no baho mu Misiri no bwenga no fera hawo butukwanga tubukoze sio ebihimba nibimera kurungi enjura negwa najyahe bikole ibi itutubiyete bisokoro mu cyaro usara kubiri ekisusa rundi nambere haruge bikeke n'emyongo pumpkins ebikole bikwa bicyali tenda bicyali bito nibikara kuonka nibikura nibyenga nibijunda nibaho usara kubiri beto abantu nibarwara abana nibaguruma emikubiye buzire ebyokulya bibuzire emyongo busara kugira akagichumba kale kamne ne mpambo bakaziriramu kandi no bakuzihamu nazinaga bunaga takuzomesereza kaikaranga bakazirya kandi kuno bundi ezikarangire ntuzugura mu duka duko mu hito tukweta supermarket hati no duko tutaito no kuno ura nibagamba supermarket is interesting. So hati kilikubaza kiki hati abantu kawo nibitaga kwegesiwa of course etaga kwegesiwa hito kusoborokirwe no manyo mugaso gwo kulya kurungi no meso burungi kandi nigaruga mukulya mani nigaruga mukulya na magezi nigaruga mukulya mani is what he eats ntigava mukulya what you eat is what you are and you shouldn't need to complain to government sabanta kuja kutegesa ebyendi nungi nebintu bindi. I'm about to end up this discussion but in terms of review ningoza kubanza kwa biona kukwekambisa kumanyango otukwa tuli muntekaniza my planet with the superhost Hamilton. Please make sure you are available, you are present, wholly present if you can, mentally, in terms of ebitekerezo n'obwongo bwawe n'amagezi tawo mutima. Let's share, let's discuss together. I don't come here to just bombard you with the tellings and so on. No, tindikagambi tindukubazabaza kuonka anti no. Of course nimbaza ningendera obundi mukubazo ugira mwengi gewe hamu lero byona nukutandika na kumalirira barungi busamukantu yukike cyabereho. What happened to me kako nikiba kirikiti bano twarkumbinga na hano si yona aragira kuli bagambo ogu umugambi n'iki atagaruka kuba ebyar kubaza abantu twakuyama nakati. So naso kubana ihamu nabandi nibihamu. So obuntu kubanda hano with this show My Planet, I really invite you and I want to appreciate hati ubwire nabazamuno ubwire tenabugendamu nakubere nikoleka hano some of the messages that I've been looking at break time, people trying to give feedback and happy about this presentation. Niwe tena kwa even extra break I'm about to end up ningoza kusabo hemuga kwa hiremu oleke kondera busa no kurora busa kandi buraka hamuga kagasiri ukagasiri nabandi babegere cyakabiri ubura bene binte bigoza kubagana nete hano oina ka program nogoza kora program ijo bazanete osore kutongo mugisa kozesa Fort TV online eno ni amanywa nehulirwa netegerezwa nehonderwa harulengo rwensiona. Do marketing with us here, advertise with us, download our app and you'll catch up with us. Nosono kwese namba zangu ze simo namba yangu ya simo kila mwana nyakula WhatsApp ejo ya MTN ya 0 nkagana mnana asatana msanju 10 0772 68 37 19. You'll catch up with me in terms of messages, in terms of calling, in terms of WhatsApping, in terms of, my email address is also simple, kaliegira2017@gmail.com. kaliegira2017@gmail.com. You'll catch up with me. Tubagane bitekerezo. Ujahano tunge program obaliza abantu oyegeso subore we host you tukubungise tubazaneyo benga mwakara tubungise hano. They don't regret and they want really to come back and visit and talk with us. Ekintu kindi ningoza okukuraliza ntakasumi kono talifuero mugisa gokozesa Fort TV because it gets where you need it to get. Ningoza kusima hako nanyowe obwire buno kwicha Thursday next week God willing habizobali nigondeza izobe rungeri ya Friday nsangira ho gobuzina really which indicate this is Friday obuzina wetu wexram manya obuzina wexram barungi butera salam kali buzina burungi muno nugena maiso kandi kangoneza weekend nungi tomorrow Saturday is weekend Sunday first day of the week we start working but we go to worship of course. I don't want to be caught offside nuko tija tandike week kurungi nokusemerwa. Until then, bye-bye.